As you all remember, yesterday I explained you that how tiger was confined in the zoo, moves around in the cage. Obviously, he is not happy. Why will he be happy? He has lost his freedom. And then the tiger was able to take only few steps. If you remember the line, the few steps of his cage. Because it is a very limited space. Cage is very small. And for a big tiger, it is not very convenient, not very easy to move in it. Now you cannot even hear his footsteps on pads of velvet quiet because it is very soft like velvet, and that is why there is no sound produced. Tiger is quiet also but angry also. What does it mean? That tiger is trying to control his anger. You know why? Because even if he will show his anger to the zookeepers or to the visitors, nothing will change. No one is going to free him from this case. So he's suppressing his anger. Yeah, as I told you yesterday, that I think he's very wise. He did not want to waste his energy in showing his anger. So he is very quiet. Now, in the next paragraph, poet is imagining that if this tiger would have been in jungle, then what he would have done? He would have hid himself behind the long grass near any of the water body. Why? Because he know it very well that all the animals will come to quench his thirst and he can easily catch a deer in order to get his food. So basically the poet wants to say that this is the real life of a tiger. They are in, they are made to live in jungle, in their natural habitat. They where they can get their prey easily. They can lead a very peaceful life like a king. Although he is getting food and all the basic amenities in the zoo, but his freedom is not there. Third stanza, he should be snarling. Now, poet is saying that tiger is coming near to houses which is located at the outskirts of the forest. No, no, no. Tiger has no intention to terrify the villagers. But since we human are clearing forest, deforestation is actually a very great problem nowadays. So he is coming near the village and trying to terrorize people. How? Bearing his white fangs, sharp tooth of animals. He's showing his sharp tooth. We know how sharp it is and strong it is, and claws with big nails on it. Now, this would create fear among the people living in the village. And how? Why he is terrorizing them? He's simply trying to tell them, perhaps in his own language, that please leave and let us live as well. Because we humans are clearing, disturbing flora and fauna. And that is why he's saying that please move away. We want to lead a peaceful life. If you will allow us to live peaceful life, then definitely I am also not going to terrorize you. But here he is doing this. So this is also maybe the smartness, or you can say that the way of life of tiger. But now again poet is coming back to zoo. Okay, in the last two paragraphs, you will see that once again poet is feeling low, and then he is again describing that how again tiger is feeling inside a zoo. Already he has explained in the first stanza, but now he says that he would have done this, but now what is he doing? He is locked in a concrete cell. His strength behind bars, stalking, moving the length of his cage, moving to and fro, ignoring visitors. So poet is now coming to the reality of the tiger, that how he is inside the cage. In the first stanza, already he told us that he's only taking few steps because it's not a bigger one, and very quietly he's suppressing his anger. And now again he's saying the tiger is confined in a strong cell, which is made of a strong material, concrete cell. And as the tiger is behind bars, So his ferociousness, his strength is also behind the bars. That means he will not be able to show his strength to anyone. And he's just stalking in cage, moving length of his cage. That means moving inside the cage. He is not trying to terrorize the visitors. Why? Ignoring visitors. Not even trying to terrorize the visitor because his power that is limited, restricted in that cage. Even if he will show his, ferociousness, people will laugh on him. They will know that he is helpless. He is helpless. So ignoring visitors also mean that since he was kept in a cage like an object to display, है ना, शोकेस में जैसे हम कुछ चीजें रखते हैं म्यूजियम वगैरह में, तो वहां पे तो भाई ऐसी चीजें होती हैं विच इज पार्ट, मतलब जो जिसमें लिविंग नहीं है, नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स आर केप्ट देयर, then people are coming. So unlike those object of display, here the tiger is also kept in a zoo for why, because he can be an entertainment, he can be an object of entertainment for the visitors. So what is he doing? He is ignoring visitors. He did not want him to come before them. He did not want to be a display of object for the visitors. All the visitors are coming, trying to see him, but neither he is showing his anger to them, nor he is showing his love to them. No emotion. Now वो गुस्सा दिखा रहा है. He is not even roaring in the cage. So he's not actually displaying any of his, physical characteristic before them. So in this manner, poet is saying, trying to say, he is ignoring visitors. Okay, you have come to see me. Am I an object of, display? But since you have come to see me, so I'm not going to show anything to you. So neither he is terrorizing the visitors, because he knows even if he will terrorize, all will go in vain. Because he is behind the bars, he will not be able to come out. So neither he is showing his anger or his, power, his strength, because there is no use, nor he is entertaining them by other, gestures. So ignoring his visitor, about एकदम ignore कर दिया. Human क्या ignore करेगा? उसी ने ignore कर दिया कि okay, go. I'm not anything like that. मैं कोई म्यूजियम में रखा हुआ चीज नहीं हूँ. I'm not a non-living object. So just ignoring visitors. Now come to the last paragraph. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Now poets say that in the night, the tiger hears the sound of patrolling cars. Patrolling, zookeepers जो हैं patrolling कर रहे हैं बड़े बड़े, ये हमारा जो biological parks होते हैं सब जगह. Now patrolling cars, we all know vehicles of police, they are guarding at night. So in the night, the tiger is listening these sounds of these cars. Now you can see that even at night, he cannot sleep peacefully. During entire day, what happens? He is disturbed now and again due to the frequent visitors. They are coming, disturbing him. And even at night, he is not at peace. मतलब दिन में भी उसे आराम नहीं है because of the visitors, and even during night, okay, he did not have any rest. He is not at peace. Why? Because of these patrolling cars, these guards. So he is listening the sounds of these cars, and then what is he doing? And stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So then he started staring at the shining stars with his shining eyes. Okay, why? He is so sad. He is confined in a cage. He cannot do anything. He cannot come out. He cannot go to the jungle. So what is he doing? He is staring at stars in the night, trying to divert his thought towards them. Or perhaps, अब यहाँ पे दो चीज ध्यान दो. Two things I'm going to tell you. Perhaps he is praying to God through these stars, because the stars are there, it's very close to heaven. So perhaps he wanted to send a message through these stars to God. God, please listen to my prayers and please free me from this entire zoo. Or he is also imagining, or maybe एक थोड़ा सा कह सकते हो jealousy, that as these stars are free in the sky, he can also imagining himself similarly free in the jungle. That okay, maybe one day he too will become, he will get back his freedom, and as these stars are wandering in the sky, he too will be able to wander in jungle without any fear, without any restrictions, without any confinement. So maybe through his eyes, his brilliant eyes, he is trying to convey this message to whom? To God. Please, God, listen to my prayer. And I also want to be free as these stars are free in the entire sky, in the entire firmament sky. So he wanted to send this message because the entire day he is not getting any peace because of the frequent visitors. During night also, because of these patrolling cars, they are disturbing his sleep, they are disturbing all his, and that's why he is very anxious. He is going through this entire negative emotion. And so he's looking at this twinkling, brilliant here means twinkling star, eyes, shining stars with his shining eyes. यहाँ पे brilliant मतलब shining eyes and shining stars. Okay, so he trying to convey this message through these stars to God, that as these stars are free in the sky, please listen to my prayer and also make me free from this cage, from this zoo, so that I may be able to roam in the forest. I may be able to have a freedom, life of freedom, because we all know the value of freedom. In the previous chapter, when we were talking about apartheid system, when we were talking about Nelson Mandela, we all were knowing that freedom is so important for any living creature. Okay, so it is very important, and specifically tiger, lion, they are known to be the king of their place. So how have you confined this powerful animal behind the bars? As जैसे prison में रहना होता है, वैसा ही similar situation this tiger is also facing. So perhaps for that reason, he is staring because he is not able to sleep. नींद तो उसे सोने नहीं देते हैं. So what is he doing? He is staring. He is passing his time by looking at the stars with his shining eyes at the shining stars and trying to convey a message to God that as these stars are free in the sky, please also make me free from this place. And in this manner, tiger is basically sending this message. He is not able to speak like us. Otherwise, he would have said, but he is not. Now look at the literary devices. Now come to first paragraph. The rhyme scheme is very clear. A, B, C, B. Okay, cage race, dekho. Personification, the entire poem is personified because tiger is personified, and that's why in the entire poem he is referred as he. First paragraph, metaphor is there. Tiger paws are compared with velvet, pads of velvet. Acha. Enchantment, it's a new thing. Explained you, मैंने बताया भी था. Sentence which is in continuation without punctuation mark. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage. We have imagery. So please be careful. Imagery बहुत है हमारे पास. क्या है? Poet is trying to create an image of tiger. So when you are going through this poem, you all might be imagining, visual imagery. He stalks in his vivid stripes. सबके दिमाग में जरूर कुछ imagination आया होगा जो आपने tiger का देखा होगा, maybe TV or maybe you had been to zoo. Okay, then we have oxymoron, very important. Oxymoron, two contradictory idea put together, quite race. और पहला क्या है? Alliteration, stalks in his vivid stripes. So many, देख लो बहुत सारा है. Now move to next paragraph. Rhyme scheme is same, A, B, C, B. We have alliteration, use of sound P at the start of two words, plump, pass. Where plump, deer, pass. This is alliteration. Okay. We have line, continuation of line is also there. Sliding through the grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Enjambment. And then we have imagery. How lurking in shadow. To be hidden, hiding in shadows when he was actually waiting for the prey. Now he should be snarling, third paragraph. Snarling, you know, warning sound, that sound. He's trying to, rhyme scheme is again same, A, B, C, B. Now we have one very interesting word, interesting, literary device, onomatopoeia. Words denote, sound denoting words. Snarling, snarling, वो आवाज है ना, warning sounds, ferocious sound. That is onomatopoeia. Okay, that you can see. दिख रहा है? Okay, note it down. Okay, move. Now move to next paragraph. Again, rhyme scheme is same. Bars, visitors. Then we have alliteration again. Use of sound B at the first of two words behind bars. His strength behind bars. Alliteration. Clear? Note it down. Some note कर रहे हो ना? Last paragraph. Again, rhyme scheme is same. A, B, C, B. Cars, stars. Enjambment is again there. Line 3 continues to line 4 without any punctuation mark, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So whenever there is enjambment, actually it is trying to convey the same meaning. Then we have alliteration. Two words, he hears. Okay, he hears the last voice at night. He hears, that is alliteration. He hears the last. Alliteration, and the entire poem is personification, where this tiger has been personifies. Okay. Clear? Now listen, one question will definitely come to your mind. Look at these lines. And stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. The poet has repeated the words to give a nice impact to this poem. Okay? Why? Because now brilliant. Brilliant is what? Twinkling, shining, shining star and shining eyes. It also shows the sadness of the tiger who want to be free and fearless as he would have been in a jungle. So that's why I'm saying that perhaps he's looking at the stars and he's envying their freedom. Or maybe he's sending this message that he too want to become free like these stars. And he's dreaming of a day that one day he will be able to come out of the Zoom and he will be able to lead a life of freedom. Now, any problem? You can see here also. Find the word that describe the movement and action of the tiger in the cage and in the wild. Okay, find the words. So I think you will not have any problem. See, word meaning is also yes, snarls, make an angry warding sound. Onomatopoeia. Notice the use of word repeated in these lines, such as on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. Two word, quiet. And here also brilliant eyes as the brilliant stars. Why, use of quiet with velvet pads describe that the tiger has to walk in the limited area of his cage. He cannot run as he would have done if he would have been in the forest. Quiet rage shows the hidden anger, suppressed anger, which is growing stronger and stronger because he is confined in the cage. But he is quite, as I told you, he is sensible, smart. He knows it very well that even if he will show his anger to these people, they are not going to listen to him. So that's why he decided that to remain. He is wise and he is quite there. Okay. Now I hope the poem is clear.